Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, guys. We are officially in September, which means the biggest fight in boxing history is upon us, or so what is to be claimed. So, Canelo Álvarez versus Terence Bud Crawford is happening in September 13th, and in this video, I will completely debunk the promotion and hype for this fight, because the way they are marketing this fight, once in a lifetime fight, the greatest fight in the last decade, the biggest fight in boxing, yada yada yada. I will explain to you guys why this fight is way too overrated as a fight, like as the hype, as just hype, as this pure hype goes. So, Canelo Alvarez versus Bud Crawford. So this is for an undisputed title. Great. Canelo Álvarez, he is right now definitely the best fighter. I would say no, not the best fighter. Like right now, as far as the most accomplished fighter goes who are still active, that is definitely Canelo Álvarez. But on the other hand, you have Terence Crawford. So listen, Terence Crawford, he only like his last fight was against Israel Madrimov, and that was a very underwhelming performance from Terence, because everyone expected him to absolutely destroy Israel Madrimov, but it was a very controversial decision, and most people believe that Israel Madrimov actually won that fight. Though I do not agree with that take, I do think Terence looked very very bad as far as the Terence we expected to look. Anyways, so Canelo Alvarez, yeah. If you take a look at his last few performances against Jaime Munguia and even William Skull, those fights were just so boring. Especially his latest fights against William Skull. That was like one of the most boring fights we have ever seen. And even though William Skull is getting a lot of backlash because of it, and fair enough to him, but you have to understand that Canelo Alvarez he was not very aggressive at all until the last few rounds. So like if Terence Crawford wants to play it safe and wants to fight Canelo in a very defensive manner, then it will be very difficult for Canelo to make this fight and actually a very entertaining and high level fight. So yeah, and when you look at other fights we have seen recently, for example, Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk won. Dimitri Bivol versus Artur Beterbiev. Even Chris Eubank versus Conor Ben. Chris Eubank Jr. versus Conor Ben. In my humble opinion, I think all of those fights are way bigger than this fight, Canelo versus Crawford. This fight, it's obviously been promoted by Netflix, and it will be scheduled by it will be held in Netflix, and Dana White is obviously involved, and their new TKO boxing league, yeah, all of that. So more than anything, what I'm saying is that if this fight was not this fight is basically all of us boxing fans are being they're basically forcing us to accept that this is the biggest fight in boxing, which is not a fact. And they basically want us to believe that this is the biggest fight in boxing, even though it clearly isn't. I believe Fury versus Usyk one was way more hyped than this fight, personally, as a boxing fan I'm speaking. Chris Eubank versus Conor Ben, the build up, the entire build up, that was much more entertaining than this one, and much more intriguing than this one, because in this fight's build up, it's very boring if you think about it, because yeah, they're the best two guys going at it, of course. That's what boxing is at the end of the day. So they're saying that you don't get these types of fights often, but we should have gotten this fight 1.5 years ago, but we did not. And even Tyson Fury versus Alexander Usyk, it was the same exact case. We should have gotten that fight a long time ago, but we did not get it until Turki Al-Sheikh, His Excellency, got involved. So this is basically the same thing, bro. Because if the money wasn't there, trust me when I say this, Canelo versus Crawford would not have happened if the money was not right. So yeah, you have to think about it from that perspective. So yeah, it is obviously a big fight, and it will be one of the most high level fights we have ever seen, most likely. But the build up is just not there, and the first ever promo we saw of the fight is Canelo and Crawford having dinner together. So that says a lot. As far as hate and build up goes, it's obviously not there. and you can we even saw in the Pierce Morgan show, we saw them like literally just sit together, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like when we saw Chris Eubank versus Conor Benjamin, that was way more exciting because they were security guards. They were going like they hated each other. So from that, as far as just pure boxing goes, this might be the most high level or the most exciting. But as far as the soul and the energy is, what we boxing fans actually love, I don't think it's the biggest fight in boxing. Anyways, that's what's awesome, guys. You guys make sure to watch, you guys think, and inshallah I will see you guys next time. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.